it's the practicality or the ability to apply what you're reading or what you're learning that creates the greatest value. And I think about writing banking on digital growth and now writing banking on change. I want to make sure that yes, there is some philosophy or a foundational framework that the mind can build on, because it's the mental models, if you will, that take a very complex idea and begin to put some structure around it. But
Right.
we also need to be able to apply those mental models or those methodologies to create valuable, tangible value out of thought. And that's exactly what we've been doing with the website secret shopping studies. And in this one particular instance, I want to just break down some almost real time insights, because we
Yeah.
recently delivered the findings and the recommendations to this organization with their website optimization game plan. Context is important. That actually was something that came up, in that discussion, was the idea of context. It was something that they had referenced even with themselves. Why is context so important when we're thinking about website secret shopping studies?
I think that context is important because it really helps you understand the specific journey that you're on. I mean, there are micro journeys we talk about within the website. So many different areas that you can look at and study, but also really helps you get into the mind of your customer,
Mm.
their perspective. I think a lot of times we have these unconscious bias because of who we are, our experience, how well, how familiar we are with our brand and our website. And it's easy to forget, it's easy to forget that there are different perspectives out there. There are people with different experiences, different amounts of knowledge who are coming to your site. And we need to understand that and really kind of get in their minds and their heads.
And that is where the website secret shopping studies come into play, because not only are we able to get into their minds, but more deeply, I say we're able to get into their hearts, the feelings and the emotions that they're either
Yeah.
A, expressing through their verbal download of the website shopping experience or the competitive experience, the benchmarking, but also tonality
Yeah, that's
too.
huge.
And maybe what, because you in this particular website secret shopping study, we observed over 100 minutes of quote unquote what we call game film.
Yes.
um what what are you hearing? And because you can hear words, but you also can hear tonality and inflection, which is important to
Yes.
cue in on.
And that's the thing. I am huge on watching every minute of of the game film because there is so much to be learned from their tone of voice, from their pauses, from some of their uh, um, filler words. If we were to just rip a transcript out and go off just their words or just their answers, you're not going to get the full picture. You're not going to see or hear the frustration in their voice, or you won't see, the time it takes for them to navigate through your site. A lot of that, I think, is major. It's almost like, what are they not saying? What are they not saying is a lot of that feeling that we get out of it. And I can pick up a lot. I mean, you can hear in their tone of voice so much. And so I think, yeah, it's really important to look at that. It's not so much what they say, but how are they saying it?
We're going to go into philosophy here, and we're going to stick with Ryan Holiday, his perspective that I know that we're both fond of around Stoicism.
Hmm.
Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations that you're reading, that I'm rereading right now,
Yes.
and I would say reading at a more deeper level, because
Hmm.
I've skimmed the book like I do a lot of books. I skim the books, but this one is,
Yeah.
and maybe it's because I'm in an executive coaching program this year, Platinum Elevated with Chad Willardson. And one of the things that he challenged, he said, instead of reading new books, go back and maybe reread 5 books that have
Yes.
impacted you. And so that's what I'm doing with meditations. And
I heard
so,
that recently too.
and it's
I'm
it's
having a hard time with that.
it's interesting because it's as I'm going back through, I'm just seeing things from a different perspective. And see, that's the idea of the website secret shopping study.
Right.
It's giving you the ability to see things from a different point of view, different perspective. Perspective is the sum of context and framing.
Mhm.
But if you think about what Marcus wrote about, he said the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make of it. And as someone is navigating through a website shopping experience, they are going through a series of changes, really at a, I would say, a deeper subconscious level that they're not aware of. And that's one of the methodologies or the frameworks that we use is the 5 stages of the emotive transformational journey. So contextually speaking, we have the awareness stage, the consideration stage, the purchase stage, the adoption stage, the advocacy stage. But then, more to our unique perspective, what are the emotions that
Mhm.
are that we need to transform through each one of those stages? Because regardless of the product that we're secret shopping, whether it is a deposit product, a loan product, a mortgage product, an SMB product, we know that the vast majority, i.e., 50 to 60% plus, enter into a buying journey with some type of negative emotion.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And actually, we should probably, we should probably that, and we're just going to do some real time optimization into our own methodology here.